Here we go. Wonder if we have sound now. Hello, Fantasy Craft Forge. How are you doing? Alrighty. Oh, you can. Okay, cool. You can hear me. Working 24/7. You? Yeah, man. Yep. 24/7. 24/7. Um, if I could edit quicker, I'd have the videos to prove it as well. But yeah, trying to take on a bit more social media, get stuff ready. Um, oh, thank you. Hopping on to Patreon, checking stuff out. That's super cool. The Sons of Bahamut video comes out on Friday, I think. And it made me think earlier. I was slightly panicked. I was thinking, does that include the free trial? So I'll have to check. Well, she'll have got a free trial without a video, which seems wrong. All right. I seen your Patreon. Awesome work. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Learning. Trying to learn fast as well. Um, Platforms are different, and it's like live tonight. Again, the setup and everything. By the way, how does the setup for live look tonight? Is this a bit better? And the conversations with the screen should be seen pretty well. I often see creators. I often see creators do short of video on YouTube and full on Patreon. Yeah, I see stuff like that. I think I'd more rather with the Patreon put as it builds, like put more of what I'm going to paint and give them all behind the scenes to it. And then just like the Spearhead box sets are quite easy because there's multiple units in which to paint. You can even do some live, a couple of the easy ones just for YouTube to get the simple or the quick, like the 40 numbers, like 40 Skaven, skeleton people. People like to know and see how to do those for some reason, like the just Warhammer in general, I guess. Maybe I'm babbling. But to push out some of them, but then save the ones that the patrons really want to see and see, like use techniques and give them, try and lead it by them. Patreon can be led by them, but it's just as much work in my mind to do a short video as it as it is a video that I'm doing, whatever length it's going to be. If it's going to be a 5-minute video, it will be a 5-minute video. If it's a 25-minute video, because I've got 2 hours of stuff and I'm trying to entertain, I'll say that loosely. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But I guess different people have different skills. And for me, it's massively... Thank you for saying that my stuff's looking tidy, because it's hard work for me. It's hard work for my brain. This setup is the best so far. I love it. So cool. Thank you. I like it. Looks tidy. Looks tidy. Neat enough. Behind the scenes are the best for Patreon, and that's what I'm gonna do. But just like everything else, got to learn how to do it. It is a lot of work. It can be overwhelming. Do you know, it's a big nod. I come from a very physical background of work with high-end hours, and so I know, but I never expected, like, I understood having to learn stuff is difficult, like, when this was all forming in my mind, but I'd never given the credit or realised that it's the same. It's actually more hour-induced to do YouTube platforms or whatever it is, create content, record it, learn about lighting, photography, compute, and then whatever it is that you're doing, it is 24/7. 24/7. I think it's designed for some people, and even then you've got to be lucky if you're able to do it for a long time, and B, earn money from it. It's crazy. It's a crazy world, but I'm enjoying it, and a lot of cool people helping out. Really cool creators. Yours truly. Yeah, helping me. It helps me give more to what I'm wanting to do. Been helping me getting closer, so that's really cool. Thank you. Monomer. Hello. Good evening, gentlemen and ladies. How are you doing? Have you come to see if you're going to be up against these BloodKnights in D&D? It's the finale tonight. They're going to get painted. I'm just going to have a bit more of this coffee, babble a bit more, and then as soon as you guys clap the cymbals, I'll start painting. Speaking of which, I'll start getting some paints ready. Just so you can see, Dark Reaper. Spoilers. I want more silver on. I've been thinking about these, and for me so far, this Spearhead box set of the Soulblight Gravelords, these are hard to paint. Like, these are hard to paint. And I've been at a bit of a loss, but I'll give you some sneak peeks throughout tonight with some other things. Why not? We're live and it's fun. And I get excited hobbying with people, so... more silver, though. On some of them, I've done the cloaks, like that ghost skin, but I might actually turn them into brown, or brown leather, a dark one. And the horse skin is going to be this Dark Reaper. These are the colours I've chosen to blend in with the skeletons that I'm doing. The Vampire Lord, she will look like these, and the Vargeist that I'm on with, because I've got a specific colour scheme in mind for those. great so far. Be right back 1 minute. No Bruce. But oh, look at that. I don't know when this pot was opened, but there we go. It's quite funny. Good old size 3, starting to look a bit tattered now. Get some paint out. It's quite a lot. A bit of airflow on that. Tight spaces I'm going to be trying to paint on this horse. Poquinho. Welcome. So yeah, that's what colour the horse is going to be. It's no longer going to be black. I'm going to bring it to the Dark Reaper. That's how I'm doing it. The mane and everything, and I'm going to cheat a bit. And then I'm going to start putting some more silver on and filling the reins. And I'll see how I'm doing with the number 3 at the moment. Okay, I've used it that much, it's worn off. Okay, hope everybody can see that pretty well. Let's got all the green on. That looks, the colours are weird when I'm looking up to see, make sure that I'm keeping the model in view. You can see the colours through YouTube way differently to how I'm seeing them. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. I think it just breaks up the brown and the green that I caught. But I might make some of those silver as well, like I was saying. Hoof's getting it as well. I'm being slightly lazy. And for me, these are hard to paint. Like, they're very delicate to hold. Don't know why I'm getting the bottom. And if you're going to paint, I think the key is just to make sure that you paint what you're painting. If that makes sense. So it's a very simple thing to do to make a model look like it's painted a bit better than it might be. Other than putting your finger on what you've just painted and wiping it all off. Dude, the bluish tone looks nice. Keep it up. Okay, okay. Vibing with the blue. Vibing with the blue. It will get brought down with a shade or like a nun oil or something. But I quite like the name that's been popping up for these as opposed to BloodKnights. The Blood Wraith. Suits it well. And it's just going to break everything up, I think, really well. And I've got a good song playing on into the mind here, into the brain. Nice relaxing beat. Helping me zone out a bit. I mean, fiddly models. Look, I'm trying to get... Is anybody going to see that? Maybe. I don't know. But I know it's there. I'm going to have to paint it. This is where the brush might be. Where I should really be using a size 2. I think I've just fluked that. Alright, let's move away from it. Paint another bit. Keep the model going. No, I'm normally yabbering. Hell yeah, long live the blood wraiths. Oh yeah. May their foes tremble in fear, and the ground shatters beneath their stomps. Like it. Into legend they fell. These wraiths. Yeah, it's actually hard for me to come up with babble like that whilst I'm painting. Sorry, not being very entertaining. But I'm also trying to prove a point that it doesn't take me hours and hours to paint models. It seems to on a live. Because I'm having far too much fun hanging out. Thank you. Think I'll play Mordor music in background. Okay, cool. Oh, I might change up to that later half of the night. I had Riders. It's what's the name? The Riders of Rohan music came on earlier today whilst I was doing the Vargeists. Right, is just a case of only a few tricky bits here, there, and everywhere. By the way, what is everybody else doing tonight? We got anybody else with the paintbrush in the hand? Got some shakes on. I'm in a weird position and it's must be on a nerve or something. Yeah, man. Absolutely, you know, absolutely love these models, but wow. Is that a better height for you guys there? Yeah, just really, really hard to paint. You feel like you have to paint a lot, or I feel like I have to paint a lot with these. Like the dry brushing and techniques and stuff, and the slap chop style's really cool. I like it, but with these colours and what I'm doing with these, this spearhead set, you've got to paint. there's no getting away from it. You've actually got to paint a miniature properly ish. Oh, Did you see that? Too busy making jokes. We'll have to cover that later. I'm gluing some Sigmar gobbos for a friend's RPG channel. Alright, cool. Cool. And uploading new scenes on Patreon, editing now. Okay. I like it. I like it. It's busy. We're busy. Busy working, hobbying, hanging out. It's cool. It's another thing as well. It's the stabilizer. These are hard. I mean, you know, I could use a smaller brush. But it would take longer. I'm like, oh, what have I got? I've got Moby, Memory Gospel on. Although I think it's played a few times, so it might be on a like gone onto a loop one. But it's cool. Keeping me zoned. Ish. Right, I'm gonna have to let that. What? Okay. I'm trying to look. I've got to paint some of the neck here. Somehow. Oh man. That might have to become metal. I don't know if you can see like in there. It's it's well hard to paint it on the camera and actually show you and paint it. It's the one thing. My hats are off to some of those artists out there painting the miniatures that film. Make it look so easy. That's horrible. I got it, but it's gnarly. I don't even, do you know, I don't even know if you'd see that by the end of it all. And I'm just going to paint this whole face. I'm painting them all blue. These definitely aren't like quick models. Even if I wasn't, like the skeletons weren't particularly quick. The Vargeists are going to start slowing down. I'll show you them. I'll give you a quick peek. But they're now I've dried brushed them. There's only a couple of few more dry brush bits, and it's painting again. At least it helps you get better. So but they're hard for me to paint. That's for sure. I'm going to do the same on this side. There we go. That was easier, that side. see, with a bit more silver on and then a wash and some of the bigger capes brown, I think that they're going to look pretty cool with a base. Like the skeletons are all getting that dead earth, dry flocking that I use for the skeletons. You know, the whole army. I'll keep all the armies similar like that. But yeah. Right, 4 more. 4 more. That is true. A lot of pros make it look so easy, but reality is often so different. Yeah, it's true, fantasy is true. One day. I'm working on it. I'm working on the skills. Fucking you. Looking awesome, mate. Oh, nice one. Thank you. We're getting there. We're trying. Can everybody hear me okay? Because I've actually cheated and attached the microphone to the camera that's near me instead of attached to it. You see all this colour here, which is similar to all the other colours. This was black earlier today, the whole thing. Vargeists. There's one thing I try and do with an army. Try and keep like 3 of the colours or some of the tones the same. So green, silver, and here this lighter green will be on all of them. So pretty cool. Just helps unify it. And then if you paint different units at different times, well, one, I have a YouTube vid showing me, reminding me what I did. So it's cheating. But, you know, it's just easier and doesn't cost as much in the long run for materials. Remember, tight Yorkshireman. Sound good. No problem on my side. Okay, cool. Loud and clear. Little bassy, perhaps. I got bass. Anyway. Ooh, right. Well, I can start to see the difference on the other ones, right? It's weird as well because I think you've always got to be brave. And normally, if you stick to a procedure, it turns out all right. But when you're experimenting, if stuff goes wrong, you're experimenting. It's allowed to. And at the end of the day, really, you should be painting your models so you're happy. It's just a bonus if other people like what you paint. I like all painting because it doesn't matter whether it's really good or really bad. I just love it when people paint and paint models because it's hard. It's hard. And so it's really cool when people give it a go. Curious how the banner is going to look in the end. Not much different. Now you're calling me out on it, I might have to do something. I don't know. Once these base colours are on, I don't know. I mean, suggestions? Like, orange? If I was going to do it, do I do it orange? Like, ready orange? So it's because would red be too much, or would it? You got Bob Rassif. Happy little accidents. It is what it is. Embrace it. Embraced. True. Getting confused, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Suggestions on the flag, because I mean, so intricate. I might do it. I might actually put the effort in to try and paint that. I say might loosely. Oh, right, okay. Let's get this horsey painted. Blood Wraith. I I feel like I haven't painted since I last painted these, because even though I've done the Vargeist earlier today, that was dry brushing, and the Sons of Bahamut that I've done for Patreon, they were like skin tones. I'll give a sneak peek of them if I remember. But they were more like sponged and skin tone and a bit more basing, more involved with the basing and stuff. So it always takes a little while to get back into actually being able to paint where you left off. Is that going to matter? Yeah, of course it is. I tell you what, I feel very relaxed. I feel very brave. It could be Moby playing in my ear. Could be the support being live. Appreciated. But I feel like this blue was the right idea. That's the key. You gotta learn to love what you do. You know? You've got to enjoy the paint job, or else I think that makes painting harder. Sings Red the Blood of Angry Men. Wow, I couldn't see for a second then. Have I done that? I can't see what I've done. Hang on. Tell you what, that hook comes in absolutely amazingly in key moments. That's silly. Oh, thanks. Oh, is that? Oh, no way. Quite hard to see all of a sudden. Banner could also be verdigris with some bluish wash on it. That way it blends into the main colours and doesn't take away too much from the whole unit. Mmm. Mmm. Nice. Okay. I like that. I like that idea. Hmm. That's going to build up in my mind as I'm painting these horses now. Like, yeah. There we go. Freeing your creativity here live on the Dungeon Den. For me, colour theory ends in digital art. This is another level. It's funny because I would say it the other way around as well. Um, this paint, painting, it's like it is a practical art, like completely. Um, and for me, I'm more practical. I mean, I'm not an amazing painter. I use lots of technique, and I'm trying to learn brush brush control and stuff to paint, but it's more cheating. But I'm better off doing this and more happy than trying to do digital art. I mean, just doing the stuff I've been doing recently. It's nothing like yours, fantasy, and that's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, have a great heading out now. Great to see you and chat with you guys. Make those blood race crush their enemies. Foquinho, pleasure. Thank you. Have a good night. They will drink the blood of their enemies. They will steal their life force as they pass through them. That wasn't a very good one. It was the best one of them. I've only got like another 10 to do. It's all good. It's a bit shaky. It's where you gotta hold the model sometimes as well. Oh, didn't get away with that. Yeah, hard to paint. Hard to paint. Fun to paint. It's certainly making me try. Most of the time, it's a happy accident, like I say, but I don't feel like you're allowed to be let off with these models. Um, so it's like super cheap models, like D&D ones. Unfortunately, like Wizards of the Coast, they're actually hard to paint because the detail's so little. Like it's really hard. They're really hard to paint. Games Workshop and stuff. is so expensive and can be so ridiculously detailed. But you can get away with not being a great painter to paint them. But some are more detailed than others. Got an eye twitch going on. It's the wrong time to have that. Going in here. I wonder if... See that needs to be brown, and it's not. Like everywhere you look, it's just... This is the speed I like to put paint down. Like that. But I'm unable to because I'm just constantly looking and having it go so delicately. Oh. Probably have to go over them again. Certainly not a 10-minute model. And I think other models I've done look better and more complete in 10 minutes. That's for sure. But they are cool. They are cool. And it's a learning curve. Hey, little fox, Gem. Are you painting tonight, Gem? Are you hobbying? Have you got some paints in your hand? We've got me painting. We've got fantasy digital painting. Monomer. What did you say you were doing, Monomer? Hang on. Oh, I haven't got the chat box out. I was doing something different with chat and forgot to get... It's technology. This may be the hardest part to paint. I think it is. I'm really excited once I get the skin and the tails painted. I can then just put in the silver, which is steady but easy. The paint, that Vallejo paint, is so easy to use. Not tonight, but you are tomorrow. Okay, cool. This maybe... Hey, Sam. Slay King. I'm currently having my tea, having Philly cheesesteak, baguette. Okay. I had some barbecue spare ribs, so I'm not jealous. Now, if you tell me you're eating jelly sweets for dessert, I'm going to start getting a bit jealous. Brush was getting a bit clumpy there. Paying attention. Possibly need more paint. Super thick paint though. I'll give it that. Pretty cool. Yeah, brush flow improver. Get on it. Hardest part is always the ice. That's so real as well. I don't even do the eyes. I just like pretend to do the eyes. Or I paint a lot of models with what am I doing? Helmets. I forgot what I was doing. Doesn't take much. You see that? There's a hair coming off the end of it. Nice. Happens a lot. Okay. Have a bit more on it. Got to paint them brown. Missed them. No, hide to sweet. Hide them sweeties from me. I like a good jelly sweet. I'm hungry now. I'll give a bit of all that bit of blue. Why not? All that detail, and then underneath it's just flat packs of whatever it is. This looks very, very green. Possibly going to have to go over them twice. Yeah, it looks so blue through that camera. How how you guys are seeing it. And it really isn't. Not as chatty as normal. It's these are taking it's taking my concentration, that's for sure. Not a 10-minute model for me. Not these. This cool. Get that there whilst I'm at it. I was in a good position for it. So, why not? Yeah, just a bit more silver on them as well. I'm going to highlight the silver. Well, highlight. I'm just going to make the silver that's gone a bit too green silver again. And the job will be a carrot or a blood wraith. That's a very nice bit. Check that I ain't got too much on my fingers and putting it all over the rest of the model. Where are we at? No kiddies sweets. I have too many this afternoon. Yeah. Are you planning to do live stream D&D sessions in the future? Oh man. Do you know, don't have the equipment. Just don't have that type of equipment. Would love to. Would love to, but the equipment, you need to be able to house like you need 5 cameras that are going to run like HDMI or USB into the computer for a 3-hour session into YouTube, like, and then the sound would need to be better. Yeah, like I'd love to, but it'd be cool. But yeah, take a bit more hardware, I think. But would love to. Fantasy. Have a big box for you next DM. Bring me some cookies. I'll bake something nice for next Friday. Like that cooking. Love that cooking. Oh, love your... Mine's showing like a grey slate blue. That's what it is. There's too many colours. I can't remember. A grey's a grey, and I know it's got different tones and stuff. I can't remember all the names. Forgotten where I was painting as well. Easily distracted. I know what it is. It's the Moby track's changed. I wasn't prepared for it. It's changed on me. I will be painting tomorrow night though. No D&D. PJs, chill painting or drawing. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. Right, here we go. Felt like I was getting a good speed up then. Still got some brown again to do the harnesses on here. Just completely missed them. Oh, oh, you're gonna see these. These will be coming out at the middle of night. Sorry, I was thinking of the D&D sessions. This is the main. Gotta be careful, I'm and start putting my finger into wet stuff. I know. Well, actually quite hard to see. Have a look at one that's dried. I think it breaks it up just enough. It like I say, that is popping actually through the camera. The difference, but it's a lot less in real life. Easily distracted by discussions of food too, for sure. It's real. Don't worry, I'm in the same boat. For me, even making D&D videos is a huge task. It's yeah. It can be. It can be. There's yeah, man. I think the only way that the videos take me forever to export and edit because I'll do a few versions of the edit, so I have to. It can it can take some doing just the simple stuff. It's time I find, but better than the bats. That's what you think, buddy. Poppy's definitely wanting to. Yeah. Are you going to end up with a? Are you going to be a blood wraith? I'll tell you what. That's what she said. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little quick. I'll give you a sneak peek on the Vargeists. Lying? Could be lying. Can't see anything. So, Vargeists. Awesome, awesome models. All three are to this stage dry brushed. And then I'm going to be trying some techniques with the wings, putting some pinks and reds in on the inside. Brown and ready for... Yeah, man. These are cool. But they haven't taken me long. But they're pretty cool. General Fee got a little upgrade. The bone shawl. Hey. Exporting and rendering is another thing. It's true. I feel it. I hear it. No, you know what Puppet wants? Yeah. I know what Puppet wants. I should have a button on live just to bring up dragons. Looks epic. Oh, what the Vargeist or the Bone Shawl on Fee. Puppet will boop it. Yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait until Puppet. I just can't wait to see the next interaction with the dragon. I mean, it's going to happen. It's not, is it going to happen? It's just when. Loads on there. Dipstick. Silly boy. It's all good. I'll keep going. Hey, I told him though. I've got some browns to do as well. Gotta get on. Gotta get on. Gotta get on. Yeah. Getting this blue on these horses, this is something, it's hard for me. I'm like, I'm not, no joke. I'm having to concentrate. I can't get away with just doing the cheaty techniques I normally do. I'm having to try and paint. It's fun though. Paint that back in silver. Oh, what? Do we think I'm going to get in that light? Oh, I don't have to. I have to get in there though. It'll just take me time. Hooks at the perfect angle to get that. Crack on. Did I just put more paint in the palette? Does anyone know? Thought I had. Maybe I just can't find it. Thinking of multiple things now. Thinking of jelly sweets because I've mentioned them. I'm thinking of baking because somebody else has mentioned baking. I'm thinking of Lord of the Rings because I'm painting a Blood Knight. I'm thinking of D&D and dragons. Painting's gone out the window. So I'll put it back in. It's so weird that you've got to. That's like that. Tolfino, I mean, when he tried to pick her up. What? Have I missed something? How's that blue looking? Man, yeah, it looks scary. It looks scary on YouTube. Looks a lot less scary here. Get in there. Oh, they were little bits. That's where the hook comes in handy. Oh, dragon. Dragon! Should have known. I don't know why I asked. Of course it was dragon. Oh, you see that? Nailed that bit. I'll have to paint that back in brown. Shocking behaviour. I'll brown it later. Where's that looking? Have I done that? Have I done that? Yeah. Yeah. Other side. Ooh. Gnarly. It's when I grip the model too hard and snap the leg. Tricky. Alright. Hook won't get in there. There we go. There we go. Through it. Oh. Ah. Right. Back legs. Well, my headphones have gone on one. I'm now listening to Streets of Philadelphia. Stop zoning me in though. Just remembering to keep painting. Can't remember you mentioned dragons. Will you be putting these on Instagram once painted? Yeah, I've just got Facebook off, Gary. So I've got control of Facebook now, so I'm starting on there. Next is at some point maybe. Maybe. Once I've got the permissions, I'll put more on Instagram. I'm just upping it all now, taking the socials or taking power back for my socials. So I just needed help or not do them until I'd learned everything I've learned, but basically. So yes, probably. Still haven't learned to paint under the camera so everyone can see though. Yeah, I had no paint on. Epic brushstroke, no paint. Epic fail. Yeah, I got it that time though. Oh, I can go a bit harder because I've got brown that way. Good with the colours used in the caption. These would look great on Insta. Okay, cool. Yeah, gotta get control of Insta, then I can do the Insta as well and attach all the socials. Good with the colours used in the caption. I was going to offer, but the chaos in the real world happened. Yeah, it's a real thing, isn't it? Real world. The thing is, for me, I've gone from completely physical, 98% physical, and that in mentality and working, and I've had to relearn and learn all this stuff. So I don't mind getting stuff wrong, as long as it's me doing it and learning. It would have just been pointless to try and do absolutely everything all at once. It's kind of done that anyway, but no, I'll get Insta up and running as well. The only thing I need from my D&D players is the cookies and the gelatine sweets. Feed the machine. If you feed the machine, I can keep going. I'll buy me a coffee once in a while. Sorry, I'm self-hooking here. I'm only playing. I'm sure I've got one. How many horses are there? Look, Poppet's keeping an eye on me. I've got someone coming to the DungeonDen studio tomorrow to play Spearhead. Learning to play Warhammer Spearhead, so battle reports could be coming. Oh, so a picture of the Wraith Knight and then a list of colours used on them. Okay, cool. That's why I like YouTube and the videos, because I can just put them on the video and then... To be fair, I should probably... It's just more work. What are you doing? It's more work. But no, I got you. Yeah, look, that brown. Like, I like the way the browns come out. So I might have to do these bits of the cloak in that brown, but then I might have to lighten it up a bit because I'm adding more silver, but then that's it. For colour wise, I can't. These models are beyond me. I have to stop at some point. My creativity will just get drained. Got stuck the other day typing. Keyboard decided. What was I doing? I think I was on Fantasy Craft Forge. I think I was actually watching your live and trying to type, and that day my keyboard, there were like loads of different letters just sticking. It's taking me forever, and when I was trying to edit and do stuff, it was a nightmare. Get that in the neck. Sorry. Let's get on with this. I am getting peckish now. Now that I'm thinking. Gotta stop thinking about it. I've had Chinese. Hmm. Oh, this bit. Look at that bit. It's just. I'd say it feels like you're being cheated by Games Workshop, but to be fair, they've got enough detail. I really can't tell what that is. It's an omen. See, this is much more enjoyable. The painting's really hard, but the hanging out with people and hobbying is easy, making it very easy. I have a feeling Insta is harder to keep growing nowadays. Okay, is that your findings for what you're doing? Fantasy. I can't remember. People. I remembered I was painting for people then. Just get that little bit there, nice and easy. Bit more blue on that. Oh, there we go. Right, I can't remember if I put some flow in this or not. Oh, I've got that anyway. Man, not impossible, but a bit harder. Okay. You get in there. Careful, I was getting a bit excited then. I mean, you know, these models, they are awesome. There's no two ways about it. Struggling to see the blue and the green. A bit more blue, then I'll see the difference. get the tail. Sorry, I hope I'm not spinning it around and making it far too bad for everyone. I think with the spearhead boxes, and if that's, whichever ones they may be, I think I'll do like pictures. I like doing little film things, like just little intros. I don't know. So I might do something with a couple of armies opposing each other with all the terrain set up. I got a couple of terrain videos coming as well that are in the making. Them objective markers they'll be doing. So I think I'll have, what can I have out in the next week or two? Either 2 videos next week in objective markers and Vargeis, or at the very least objective markers and possibly another terrain video. Sons of Behemoth on Patreon tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah. Looking forward to. I like videos like that. Cool little videos. That's a part of editing I really enjoy. Trying to make it geeky and fantasy and epic, and or at least my version of it. Oh, is that everything? Is that all of that? Nearly. Probably have to have a little look over. I've got blue on there? Yeah, I've got blue on there. It's weird. I can't see what's blue until I actually turn it a certain way into the light. What's been going on? What's been going on? Of my purse that I made like 5 years ago, it's grown like 10,000 people in a year. Nice. Now it's a bit slower. Still a lot of fun. Maybe. Ah. Age. It comes to us all. I struggled with building my cosplay instead as I got put off for certain reasons, but my D&D one feels more relaxed. Oh, and how is that going? You're gonna have to resend that link once I get Insta as well. Gem. Because I'll actually be able to link up to it. Although there's some things that I get linked up under my name. So I've got to try and sort that out at some point. As opposed to DungeonDen. Fancy Craft Forge, I'm on yours as my name, Mark Pierce, not DungeonDen. I don't know why it's done that, but But I think the whole, for me, you know, having a laugh when we're talking about age and stuff and social platforms, it is like a farce. It is like a farce thing. Like I feel like I've the amount of work extra to do to keep multiple platforms going. It like replies and comments alone. Sometimes I don't know about anybody else, but with me, I can very easily miss them somehow, or they don't come up, and then I'll get like a bleep in my email or something, and it's been like 6 days ago, and it can be like, what's going on? I find that fast. So the fact that it's moving, social media is far like speeding up. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I need to start posting again. I got caught up in personal life. Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing. Really is. It's somebody sent me. I think it was Gary. You know, I know a lot of people, including yourself and a few others, including myself and a few others, like, and it's rough. And I got sent a message saying, I say I can do this all day and stuff like that. Captain America quotes, and I got sent a message saying, "Go with the flow." So I'll go with the flow. The flow, and it's a kayaker in 20-foot rapids getting smashed about all over the place. And I thought, yeah, you just gotta keep doing. You gotta remember to do you. You gotta remember to do you. Well, I've got the brown to do. Like you can see that brown, so I've got to brown all the browns and brown the cape. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to brown the cape. If the browns all go wrong, this gets smashed over the top of it. Looking for lights, camera, action. Might draw tomorrow and post some stuff. Yes. I still like the Field of Dreams analogy. Build it, and they will come. Trust in the process. I do. I do. I can't remember what colour I did what colour that brown is. It's going to be burnt umber. Did I have to actually? I might have actually had to use a 2 as well. I can't remember what's wet and what isn't. Hang on, what's this I've picked up? Never used that brush in my life. Really hard to keep up with social media. It's a huge time eater. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it's going to take some extra effort. Oh, there we go. We'll go with a 2. Smallest brush I use. Then again, I don't do eyes. The best is blue sky. What is blue sky? Okay, I'm gonna go here. Oh, very wet. It's wetter than I wanted. Wow, it's really wet. Errors. Full of errors. Just take it off. With a little brush. Bit of water. There we go. I'll take it all off and get back to it. Accidentally took all that off then. I'll get back to painting. Right, the brown's really liquidy compared to everything else. Stirrups. It is like Twitter, but very new. Okay. Okay. This looks like it's not going to do a lot. But it does. We've seen it. See myself. Actually easier with my bigger brush. Believe it or not. Not as fiddly as some of that blue's been. Gotta stay focused all the same. There he says. Here comes the fiddly bits. Can't get in there. That's silly. I'm really excited. I think I'm going to get these just about done, you know. Just got a funny feeling that it's happening. It's happening tonight. The power of the live. The want to get these on a table. Whether that be a D&D one or another. Right, let's go again at these. It's better. More brown. Reminds me of Deirdre Karma from Skyrim. It's man, how cool is armor kicking about? The what do you call it? This armor on, especially on that Lord. I'll bring her out in a moment. It reminds me. I don't know if I've said this already. Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman as Dracula. Like that type of armor. It's pretty cool. What else was brown? Just painting everything brown that I haven't. Brown. Oh. Sorry guys, I'm just concentrating. Just trying to get it done. They can get silvered. Yeah, steady. All right. All the small bits. All of these teeny tiny bits. Oh, it's like I've done half, not the other half. Typical. Oh, wow, I really had as well. Oh, the cape. Said I was going to do the cape brown as well, didn't I? That cape? I can't tell. That's cape. Blood wraiths. I'm gonna take him to an Age of Sigmar tournament. Be calling them blood wraiths, confusing everybody. But thank you, everybody. You've just created the name of these in the calling campaign when they tip up. Blood wraiths. Let the creativity flow. Thanking you. Whole lives just to absorb the information, absorb all the other creativity, and divert it back. Diverting it onto the horse's foot. Shocker. Just getting a little bit unneat here. I don't know if that's meant to be a seat or what. Browned out a bit is a little bit better, but I will have to come back to them, but they're easy. They're fast to do, which is what I'm after. Maybe that'll be silver on them as well. Right. Stop playing games, pick another one up. Look for where I've forgotten to do the brown. Get it done. I mean, this brown just may be whatever it turns out to be, with it being green previous. See how that comes through. Maybe just what we were looking for. Maybe. All right, okay. Any music nominees? I need to change the music up on my headset. What do we think we do? Oh, Lord of the Rings. Can I remember that? Is that something that born in '82, and even that was starting to get too much '90s for me. '80s, '90s. Is it Lord of the Rings? Who said Lord of the Rings? Was that you, Fantasy? Um, love that name. Oh, the BloodKnights. Sorry, I haven't looked up for a while. I was trying to paint. Apologies, apologies. Uh, need to get some radiant damage spells lined up. Uh-huh. Will do. Brown, 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 brown. Something in my eye. It's been flinching all night. Any excuse. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna see how the brown turns out onto this. This is not. This is not in its future. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Interesting color. go over that again, possibly. Stirrups. I'm getting excited. Get the silver on, and then it is almost home free. Oh. Get in there. Need you to go in. Yep. Yeah. Gonna end up having to paint them. It looks terrible through there. Actually, not as bad as it looks on that. Have I done all the horses? All these blood wraiths. Can I go around and put some silver on? A bit more silver. Oh. I haven't painted the blue on the end of that tail. We're going to blue. We're going to blue. Yeah. Oh. Here you go. Lord of the Rings, Skyrim, World of Warcraft, any will do. Yeah, I've settled on Lord of the Rings. It was like a 5 hour. It had 5 hour next to it. It's on. I'm rushing now, painting that tail. How did it? Wow, looks a lot different through. Okay. Righty, I might have to go over the brown again, but really? That's alrighty. I, believe it or not, am going to go 5 minutes, grab a coffee, 5 minutes, sort myself out, let these dry, get the last silver in, and we'll see where it takes. Might take till the end of the night with these, or till the end of the stream. I might start dry brushing some of the objective markers or something, or maybe have a look at the Vargeist. But 5 minutes, and I will be back. So go ahead, take a break, do whatever, and I hope to see you all in a jiffy. Nearly. Alrighty. Can I be heard? Has everybody else gone out for a chill? Alrighty. Oh, not quite a coffee, but Mrs. must have known something else. Put that there. I don't know if I'm allowed to show that or what. One of those sugary things. Might need it just to try and touch up silver. Right. It's weird. I'll have to paint up to knock it down again. Possibly. Really wet. Just trying to bring that silver back up a bit. So, and I was saying some more bits silver, but now I'm looking at it. I don't know. Don't show the drink, you're not sponsored by them. Thought not. Do all the time. I'll probably have to put it somewhere else, won't I? There we go. Site they never knew. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I like that green. I really like the green on the armor. It really has just been trying to get the other colours to go with it on a horse. It's easy with the skeletons. There's a lot of silver involved. Take a bit of the green off that silver. Mm. There we go. Just standing out that little bit more. And the silver back into it. They look quite good, that colour though. What do I do? Do I do the stirrup silver? I've got the Shire music in my head, so it's distracting. The green looks epic. It's very high level armor. Yeah, I think it looks cool. Absolutely. Just a big kid playing with miniatures, geeking out. I'm just thinking, because it does look so cool. I actually don't know what else to do silver. Oh, I said the stirrups, didn't I? Which I'll do on all. Yeah, I don't know. What do we think? Sure, it's too cozy. It is pretty chilled out though. It's making me quite relaxed. I don't know. What do we think? Whilst I definitely got to brown that again, I think. At least with the same colour, even if one cloak's... I don't know. That one's... I like better. Suits my head better. Oh, stirrups. Nice and quickly. No biggie here. One. Two. I'm telling you, this silver oily steel, really good. It just is. Only got what the colour reminds me of. Minus Morgul. Yes. As the gates open, you imagine these blood wraiths coming out with it. Oh, here we go. This is what I said. So we do the silver as well and bring this silver back up. I completely get rid of that green that got onto it. As you said that, the music's just on in my ears as they're approaching the gates. Oh, it's just a mix. It's getting exciting now. Start painting the models a bit too quick. Da, 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 da. Epic. Perfect. That is epic. Although I don't know what else to paint silver. What do we think, people? I'm stuck, and I don't think it's... I don't know if it's a me thing or what? What else is getting painted silver? We've got these skulls. Do we leave it? Is this what we're calling finished? I mean, to be fair, they've been so hard. Oh, what? Maybe going a bit too fast. You get off there. Get off there. Let's rub that out. There we go. Yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, better take some pressure off that. I'm gonna snap it. To be honest, this looks absolutely minus zero small worthy. Thank you. I think you need to do you. That's very true. It's very true. True to life motto, that, Gem. You do you. But this is a thing. Right now, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. No, I've got to do this other one here, not mess this one up. Get painted. Somewhere. There we go. I've got some chains and stuff to do. Very quickly. Just changing the colour on them. Say, nice and quickly, no messing about. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. I'll get the rest of the silver on in the main bits that I know I am going to do that are getting it. Yeah, this mix I'm listening to, it's just gone back to the Shire music, so it must be like I was getting really excited then and going for it, and now it's back to the Shire, so I've chilled out a bit. They need to be a little bit dirty. You know, these riders aren't brand new. They're leveled up. They're high level. These blood wraiths. Little is known in legend about them, for there aren't many that survive the encounter. True fact. Oops, stirrups. For example, I would have a complete different paint scheme to you. You'd have probably had something that looked really cool. I've just gone Wraith King on the whole box set. A little bit on there. A little bit on here. I might leave it, you know. I might do, because I keep thinking about doing the horn, but then it's like, no, I don't want the horn done. I want the horn looking how the horn does now. Green. I don't know if I've painted and what I haven't. Ooh, this is getting close to finish, I think. See, I'll do a showcase vid or showcase pictures with the full entourage as well. And when you've got all those models at a medium paint job, I'm trying really hard to paint these. That's how hard these models are for me. All my other models that I've shown and say done in 10 minutes, they have been, and you can tell, but when they're all together, stuff just looks really good. I think so anyway. No matter what level, if you've got a couple of different colours on your models, but these have been hard. I've had to paint, and I can't paint. Or I'm learning to paint still. Cape. We'll do that cape brown. Like, I feel with this guy, the leader, I feel like maybe the back bit of that should be metal as well. Maybe I do that in the cape brown. It's not that bad. To be honest, this looks absolutely epic. It is minus Mogul, the Fantasy Craft Forge. Yeah, thank you. I'd read that one. I've read it twice just because I love the compliment. Thank you. It's super cool. Everyone has a unique in my mind. Okay, cool. Checking up, looking at chat. Checking I'm not missing anything. Took me a second to realise. Yeah, like that cape. Does one get away? No, I've got to do them all. Got to do them all brown. But this is getting silvered. Oh. No, I've changed my mind. Abort. It's too late. Sheesh kebab. It's happening. If I do it like so. And the green way up. This is when I get silver all over the rest of the model. Do it like so, then that green will just come through a little bit. That's all we're asking for. That looks so bright through the camera. I quite like that. That cape's got to go, hasn't it? Wonder, do I do it on all of them though? No, just the general. Checking, got all the stirrups done. Yeah, I've got to do that cape brown. I'll go on with that. Go on with that, and then I think these are done. Well, I'm going to be completely honest. These were the hardest things I've painted. Bye, everyone. I'm having to go. Take care. Catch you later, Jem. Cheers. Thank you for stopping by. And for those of you that may not know, Gem, Little Fox Gem, is an awesome artist and painter. Go check some of her stuff out on her Instagram, which I will link now that I can. Bit more brown. Get on this cloak. Be careful not to. I think if these were more like ghosts, like the Night Haunt style, or supposed to be more wraithy, the cloak would have looked cool, and the horse could have probably been spectraled up with this verdigris. As it is, that wasn't their future. Probably have to do a couple of coats. Whoa. Got to gain those gaps there. I don't want to wipe it off. Go over this one again. Whilst we're at it, should darken it down. Maybe should have gone a darker brown just to get these finished in a wanna. But it's all fun. Although I'm getting very excited because that needs to dry. Let's have a look. Just have to turn the screen off me, I think, for when I'm having a quick drink. But I'm going to keep talking and show you what's happening. I love it. It's totally different from what I imagined in the beginning. Thank you. Yeah, I had, other than the colours, I had no idea of a process for these, and I typically do. But I think because this was live and I was learning how to do live again and getting everything sorted, like absolute mayhem before going live every time. I didn't know, but I was always happy with that green that I started with at the beginning, with the dry brushing and then going lighter. So because of this green base, I mean, it's taken 3 weeks. I've done, this is the third live, but you know, I'm happy for my level of painting, you could go, like I've said, beyond and over with these, but I'm happy with them, considering I didn't really know, other than having this green in my mind's eye, what to do. Like, even the giants, I knew what I was going to do with the skin tones and the difference, and these Vargeists, I kind of got an idea of what I'm doing, but not a clue. I think I'll come back at some point and maybe give that stitching a go on the flag, but definitely have to darken these down to this, but these on some bases with some dead earth, how I do my bases. They're magnetized as always. I like them. Simple. And I think just breaking up the colour for me, I like more. The armour, I love the way I've done the armour. They're not my favourite models I've painted by far, but I've had massive fun because doing it live as well. The armour I absolutely love, but the whole thing on a whole, I'm happy. I'm happy. I think Blood Wraiths are going to cause some damage, that's for sure. I'll keep them out because I know I need to darken the capes. Okay, so I'm going to give people an option. Would you rather have a look at me paint some of these Vargeists, do a little bit and a little bit of testing that I'm going to go through, or just dry brush some of the objective marker terrains and paint them? I'm not going anywhere, but I'm just closing my tab off so I can have a drink. But let me know. Let me know. What do you guys want to see live? I mean, I'll do this, and then when I can paint the cloaks again, I'll do the cloaks, but we'll see properly. But what do you think? Vargeists or objective markers? Thirsty. Fantasy Craft Forge. Painting live is another level of difficulty, so the result is really good. Thank you. Yeah, I've got to be honest. It might sound cheesy, but doing it live with support, hanging out, just chilling out, doing things, I don't know. I found them easy. The fact for me, the only thing difficult about it is the level of detail. Is that these were hard to paint. But I'm ultimately massively happy, and I've had fun hanging out over the past 3 weeks with you guys, and it's just been epic. What would be more fun for me right now? Oh, I'm so easy. Honestly, I'm so easy. It's actually quite nice and easy for me to sit down and just paint this and babble, and see chat kicking up and people chilling out. So, what do you guys want to see? Don't be shy. Give it a go. I'm so easy. I do not mind dry brushing. I do not mind painting. Honestly. I'll give it a few minutes. I'm just having a drink anyway. Don't want to get had. Also, you're very fast, even on stream. Ah. Well, thank you. it's kind of weird on live because my camera is slightly different to how it's set up when I'm recording for videos. It's more comfortable recording for videos, and I'm just painting. The only time consuming thing for stream is getting too excited and carried away and getting involved, but that's what it's all about. But I think I'm a fast-ish painter, as in actually painting. But I don't know. Second option is totally fine for me. Okay. Right. Tell you what, let me have a look here. Well, I'm quite close to everything. I'm going to grab some objective markers, so just bear with me. Perfect. And where can I put that? Over there. Move these out of the way. Press all the buttons on my keyboard. Alrighty. Objective markers. That underneath, but they'll probably get like a matting stuck to the bottom so that they grip. I mean, they're fairly grippy now, but boarded foam or carded foam. Cut out, magnetized in the middle so we can put lots and lots of different objective markers, or even, you know, these, once they're magnetized, any model you got can get stuck on there and be something or not be something. Hang on. Here we go. You can do things like this, not quite magnetized yet, but like when all these glyphs are painted up, these runes are painted up, this will be magnetized and onto there, and you can have puzzles for your party. You know, just do all certain super cool things for campaigns, or 6 inches for the small ones to just be literally objective markers for battle reports. We'll show you how to very easily make these look completely different with no effort and very little skill. Just hydrating massively. Okay. Rohan music's playing in my ears now. And I think it's this one as well. I'm going to cut some foam blocks. Just have a raised bit. Listen, you could do all sorts. You could just do foamed rings around these. You can then put a column in. Multi-purpose columns on magnets. And just spin them round to make, you know. So simple. Stuff can be so simple. And cheap. I mean, personally, if my FDM printer, 3D printer was still working, I'd have a lot more plastic and magnetized terrain, especially on the channel that I'd have recorded. but it hasn't. It's broken. So I've got to be just a little bit more creative and come up with things that people think are cool on YouTube to view, or want to see on Patreon. So you've got to put it out there so people get an idea of what you can and can't do, and then go from there. But I've got a couple of cool terrain things coming, and magnetized buildings and stuff and so on. So problem is they do take longer to edit. Don't take as long to actually do half the time, or build. Certainly paint, because a lot of it's just dry brushing or airbrushing. But the videos, I don't know why, they just take a lot longer to edit. Alrighty. Yeah? Would you say you vibe? I think editing just takes time. A better computer, it would half it, definitely, but then you'd probably end up doing more editing, filling the space. But one last drink before Okay. These are Brunsies. It's funny, you never really know. I always struggle to get it out of my head. And it always ends up something close. Never quite have the cigar. I don't know, maybe that makes me keep wanting to do it. But anyway, this is simple. So simple. Pick a colour and start darker. If you're going to do a stone, a lot of my stones or stuff that I've created, like in the calling, it's typically like a green stone or a blue stone. Get away with all sorts. Best thing about the editing part is when someone is doing editing for you. One day maybe. Okay. Grey blue. I'm going with grey blue. And look, I ain't playing games. Look at the size of this brush. It's nearly a fistful. Big old makeup brush, that. Fine. Just brush it on. Dry brushing's fast as well. It's why I love it. I love it as a technique. Look at that. Don't be shy with this either. You're going to bring it lighter and then some oils. Watercolours are really good for terrain. I want to get into using oils as well, like proper oils. But we'll see. Money's a thing, and I might as well use what I've got. Do not be afraid of dry brushing terrain. if you're not painting your terrain quickly, there's something going wrong. I'm going to make these glyphs glow. Got like 3 of these with different runes on. We're all going to glow different colours. Put it on there. Oh. It says as he paints that off. But this is going to get more of the same treatment. Would do. Just to make sure that your brush isn't absolutely getting nailed and cloaked too much. The thing with dry brushing is you can just dry it onto this and dry the brush out itself. Half clean it as you're painting, and then when you're absolutely getting nothing from it, and you can go going crazy. Keep going. I have to paint the edges in a bit thicker. Foam core board. Fantasy. This after Wraith Knights must be so weak. Yeah. And I do stone, or I've done that much stone, dry brushing stone colours. I'm not even, it's just I'm going to use blue, greys, white, and some oils and just mess about like this until I'm happy with the stone. Maybe throw some green water paints on. I don't know. But look at that. Suddenly a little bit different. It was all that colour. I mean, you could get away with just really painting the edges, and that could do. Let's be honest. I've played D&D and Warhammer using bean cans of beans, and what are they? Checkers as people in D&D. Had proper armies for the Warhammer, but yeah, use cans of beans, so I'll actually go grab some more to do some more and then let these dry. That's how quick this is. Look, see, another one with different ruins, just different cracks and breaks, but like I said, I've got a video kind of showing. I'm saying kind of showing because it's hard to video. I think with editing and recording terrain, you actually do have to pre-plan. If you want certain shots, I think more so than painting the miniatures. And if you've got the time, at the time when you're doing it, if you feel like you've got the time, it's maybe not so bad, but it still is a lot more effort. Look at this. When it comes to terrain, no fear. Just get it on. Just get it on. No such thing as too much or too little. I'm trying to leave these black because I'm going to be doing them white and then try and get a blue glow out of them. If these dry, I'll do it. I'll do it tonight if I've got the time and my phone doesn't explode again. That was all fun stuff, isn't it? Like I said, don't worry about your brushes either. Dry them off. And then you can go again. I mean, once you've got an effect like this with ripples and bumps, the smallest of dry brushing is going to change the whole look. And it's like cheating. It's like unlocking a cheat code, in my opinion. And I do really like it. And I love terrain. I love terrain doing D&D and Warhammer games or games stuff. I like it. I like to geek out. Cans of beans is another level of creativity. It is what it is. Right, look, I've done them. It's not even funny now how quickly I'm doing them. I'll do a couple of the small magnets just so you can see what I'm... I'll tell you what. Tell you what we'll do. I'll let these dry. But I'll do 2 more. And I will break my model. So, what I'm talking about with putting magnets in the middle of everything, you've got these just bits of foam with a magnet in, and these with the magnet in as well. So you can make all different types of shapes. And they can be plimps. You can build that into like a wishing well, or like I'm going to do, I've just got statues like of a dragon head and one of a serpent to stick on top of them, just as cool features. Or you could just have, you know, models on, and maybe if they don't activate the portal stones or these stones properly, 10 of these appear, merge into life or something. And it's so simple. Just so simple. Terrain is so fun to do. Terrain is so fun to do. I'll tell you what, speaking of... I mean... That basing is going to be on all of the stuff. And I think they go. I think they blend well. But yeah. Might as well paint them whilst I'm here. And terrain, one of the coolest things with terrain that I found, you can make a lot of mistakes with it, like a lot of mistakes, and it just you can just work with it. There's no... It's like hard to make mistakes, if that makes sense. If you mess something up, it's typically easily remedied, which is pretty cool. Get these blue, and then hopefully the other ones have dried up enough. You do have to make sure that your paint, you know, is drying. I've got to leave at least a couple for the video so people can see it happen on a video. Believe me, I've done that before. missteps and been like, ugh, that's a wasted video, or I've got to now break it down into something else for something else. I mean, easy peasy. I'm super fun. Making trades, it's all about making mistakes. Even in digital, okay. Same type of thing. Just work over it. It's okay. It can keep going, keep building, keep altering. Be like water. Right, got a little bit of paint left. But you can see the speed difference. Painting minis to painting terrain. It's real. Like, that is quite black and got... When I paint with the Mod Podge, I splodge as opposed to paint to not get marks, but sometimes you end up with marks and then they disappear. As long as you've got those bumps and those crunches on everything, which is used by like a ball of tin foil, roll it around on the foam core, dense it, or whatever it is if you've got like XPS foam, which is the best, but cost gold bars. Does in England anyway. I've got a boatload of cheap polystyrene, more like the bubble polystyrene, and I've done those skull head terrains. I don't know if I showed them with the skulls, the stones with the skulls embedded in them. They were done with the cheap stuff, that your TV foam, TV comes in its box and stuff, that type of like packing foam. It is soft, it is breakable, you can make it quite sturdy, but at the end of the day, when you've got nothing else, one, it's fast, two, you can cut that to bits and then re-stick it together and go with it. I'll probably need another blue in, but I'll clean my brush on this one. I can see better through the... Look at that. Look at the speed. And this was that all black one. Suddenly, okay, there's a bit of blue on there now. But when we go over with a grey, it's just going to change it. And I'll probably put like water inks over it. I will show that as well. And just show you a few different ways of changing the colour. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, but mine are typically blue and green, and then all my terrain kind of blends together, stones and stuff. But I built like a stream with beds, like slow beds, but maybe 3 foot in length of a stream, because my players, as part of the calling, went through some portals. This is before we were recording, as I was bringing the calling together, creating it. They ended up in another campaign, which is a D&D book, The Tomb of Annihilation. They ended up in there, going from a portal in the calling, ended up in Tomb of Annihilation. So I built this stream, but the problem is, I built it in moment, like within the day, painted it the next day, and it was ready by that night or something like that. But I used funny size foam, and the banks are cool but not big enough. So in the next few, or in the next one of the next few terrain vids, I'm going to be building like an end for that. I think you might have seen it on some of my videos. Like build like a bull-nosed end or higher sides to go up on it, because I like rivers and things like that. riverbeds, and I like big stuff as well as scatter scenery. It's also painting minis is very precise. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, it is fast. By the way, you didn't realize I had a D&D table behind me. Yes, this is the table I built with a raised surface. 3 foot by 4 foot in the middle, 12 inches all around. Might do a video on my little studio thing that I've built and got done. But I built the table 4 years ago over a couple of nights, like 2 hours over 2 nights, just for my players to come. It's not the prettiest. I didn't put a lot of effort in making it pretty, but it is solid and it is big. But that is where we play D&D. I sit here at the end when you watch the campaign videos. Monomer and Gary on the left, and Little Gem and Big Roy were on the right. Yeah, the lights above, cameras above. And then when I'm playing Warhammer tomorrow as well, or Age of Sigmar tomorrow as well. So I've got everything. My computer's here, and then my painting corner behind me. Still need more room. Still haven't got enough room. How many tiles is the table? How many tiles is the table? So the table size is 6 by 4. 6 by 5, sorry. 6 foot in length, 5 foot wide. But the playing area for D&D and smaller Age of Sigmar is 4 foot by 3 foot. But then I've got a bit of wood that goes under, which sits on top and makes it even bigger. Tiles. I'm just trying to think. So yeah, it's longer than I am tall. Right, that's them. I'm going to go grab the other ones, see if they've dried. Yeah. Pretty big. Solid. Okay. Maybe. Maybe dry. Alrighty. Okay. One day I hope there will be a room tour on Patreon. Yeah. I'm happy if it's requested on Patreon. Absolutely. To be fair, most things will get done that's requested on Patreon. Right. Okay. So, like I said, blues and greens. So that was the grey blue. Try and get it right for you guys. I don't know why I'm always out of focus with this. There we go. Azul gris, however that's pronounced. I like it. I like it a lot. So now greys. I've got a light grey. Or do I have to do that or something? There we go. I've got a light grey. Paint all over my hands. But let's see. That's watery. Really watery. Now I've not cleaned this brush, so it doesn't matter if it blends a bit. If anything, it's what we want. I was pressing really hard with the blue as well. I'm not going to press as hard with this grey. Maybe I will. I might. Oh, I need more than that. Really watery grey. The only thing about dry brushing is you can use a bit. You can use a bit of paint. I mean, I'm using my paints here, but I buy browns, greens, reds, yellows, like primaries, and then a few other colours of super cheap acrylic paint to do my terrain as well. If it's going through the airbrush, then that's fine, but I've normally watered my paint right down and I'm using it more like an ink base, like a shade as opposed to anything else. So even if I press hard in some places and light in others, so that's a difference there, like so. For the moment, but it'll get brought back. Oh, that's way too much. It'll get brought back down. That might not. We'll get brought back down with some watercolours. Just trying not to paint glyphs in, but it really doesn't matter if I do. It's terrain. Terrain. Super easy. No stress required. You just go until you're happy. Yeah. So simple as well. Right. Yeah. These are gonna be cool. Hope the players enjoy them. D&D players and war gamers. A few 3D objective markers for the players. A few puzzles. Right. I'll grab the other two. I'll do two more, and then we'll waltz them down. You see, it's that fast, the terrain is so much quicker. I can't keep up. Can't keep up. To be fair, even I'll probably have to go around and paint the edges. It depends, I don't know. When you've got the atmosphere and the lighting and everything's... The terrain's just got a few different colours and some flock chucked in it. Your models have got a few different colours chucked in it. Everybody's geeking out and having fun. Everything just ends up looking awesome, epic, and that's the point, yeah. It is so quick. I'm actually trying to slow down. I'm on one. There we go. Makeup brushes as well is perfect for dry brushing. You know, I mean, I haven't got any super expensive dry brushing brushes, so I can't really comment. But if I got some given, I'd use them. But I can buy like 10 of these for 15 quid instead of one dry brush for 15 quid. If I had that money, I probably would. Let's be honest. Who am I kidding? So true. It is more about immersion than extreme professionality. I think so. You know, for me, I'm choosing to have fun. I'm choosing to get with like-minded people to play some cool games. Just let it go. Just geek out and just have some fun. Get lost. You know, get lost in a bit of fantasy. Everybody knows what real life is. You know, we're all simple things. If you got the chance, choose to be epic. Or choose epic. Paint those minis. Create art, whether it be digital or physical, and have fun. Have fun. Share passions, share hobby. I think I've dry brushed them to death. But if I grab the other ones, I love that. I still have to magnetize these. There you go. That's just foam board. I don't know if I've shown that properly. I've Mod Podge everything first and put some colour in the Mod Podge, but the foam boards, I prefer real foam like XPS, but one, it's expensive. Two, I don't have any. This stuff will do, especially for like scatter terrain or bases or building. Like you could use cut foam bricks now and use that as a raised platform and have the magnets in. Endless. Right. I'm forgetting what I have done and what I haven't done, but that's okay. Right, so these were really light. And I have these. Clearly the one I want is gone. It's been a while. There we go. That went better than I thought it would. Oh, what's that colour? And what's that colour? Let's have a look at these. So I've got a brush ready. These are water-based. Shake them. For me, the creating part is the biggest fun. I played D&D for years with my group, but I found that creating is more satisfying for me. Yeah? Now at least I can support others. And that's true. And you're above and beyond with that Fantasy Craft Forge. It's amazing. It's amazing, to be fair. Oh, what colour's that? I don't know. But it's terrain. So even less fear than I do with my painting miniatures. Looks black. These are dippers as well, like squeezer dipper bottle things. Can you see the colours that are coming out? It's very brown. I can really see the colours, and I'm just trying to... So, oh, two options here. Oh, maybe one I can't find my sponge. No, two options. Oh, look at that. It looks like it's forming its own glyph. How cool is that? So these are really cool, but you don't want them to stain like so, or else it will leave the mark. I mean, you could stain it and then go over it with something else. No, but sponge, nothing and nothing. Just that'll be about. What, you're not doing the whole thing unified and like all neat, like painting? No, it's terrain. I spent a lot of years outside and climbing, bouldering. Stones are nuts when you're holding them, when you're next to them, when you're looking at them, when you're trying to climb them, and you're really looking at the nature like that. Everything, it's not perfect. So with terrain, the key isn't being even, like your paints and everything, you know, being layered properly and contrast paints. Terrain's rough. Terrain's crazy. Terrain is real. And I think you get a bit of a realism to... I like to do fantasy stuff, or, you know, over the top stuff, but when it's uneven, especially with colours, can bring a bit of realism to it. I apologise if I'm geeking out, but I'm getting excited doing terrain now. I was excited doing painting, now I'm excited doing terrain. That's why I love behind the scenes, so I totally love this. Awesome. So that was really bad basing. I say really bad basing. It didn't do what I wanted it to. It was bigger than what I thought, so it's like really protruding and really bumpy, and I've knocked a few bits off, and I know I've just babbled on about stuff not being perfect, and that adds to it. Well, it does, but when it knocks off and you've got to repaint it, it's just not ideal, but it is what it is, and it's going to get used, and it's done now. Just run that all the way around. Is that running? All right. Okay. Interesting. That'll do. With it being a sponge, it'll just absorb. And it's super easy to clean sponges out, by the way. They'll stain, but it's fine. Now, whilst this has been drying, I don't think you can... I don't know if you can actually pick that up through the camera lens, but where I am, like if I I semi-mark that where sun was. Here, like through my eyes, and how it will be, it can really be seen. Watch this when we put another one on. It'll look crazy. Is it that one I've been putting on? Right, what's this colour then? Is that even darker? That there. Like you can see it, and if I put this here, you may just see it dry. What colour's this then? Let's find out. Only one way to find out. Could just be black. Yeah, it's black. I've got blue. Sure, I had a blue or a green. Bothered about the black. It's not much different to that, actually. Right, hang on. Just put that there, because why not? And with some scatter train and a bit of PVA as well, we'll get the greenery on and stuff. And maybe not tonight, I don't know. Depends if these dry or not. Ooh. Oh, I couldn't find what I wanted, but this is big boy stuff. This is acrylic ink. Let's see if I can mess these up. This could just be too much. This could be going over the top. Hang on. Muted green. Yeah, that's just getting lined up. I don't know. Geeky is away. Did you see that guy that has 40-year-long D&D camp? Is that the guy who I saw a program about a guy and people get planes to go over and he's got a big room and it's on a big table and his daughter's boyfriend started playing D&D, but when they broke up, the dad warned the daughter. He plays D&D, so he's still going to get invited to D&D. Is that the guy you're on about? Is that who we're talking about? People fly from all over. Random different people play it. Okay, this green isn't as scary as what I thought. It's greener than how it looks on screen, for sure. But it's pretty cool. It'll allow me to... I wonder if you can see it on that a bit better. There. It's ink as well, so... There we go. Let that dry on that. I don't think I want the splotches too big just because. Do I have any real reason for that? Preference. No particular reason of preference. Just how it is. Yes, I love it. I've got to be honest. They've gone from black. I mean, there's still some more. That's because I need to record some. They've gone from black. What's that? In 27 minutes, and I've kind of been taking my time for terrain and holding back. But you know, one more dry brush and a darken. But what I will do, so I'll get on and I'll paint these up white. Do excuse me for one moment because I think I might have to. Just going to have to clean this sponge. So uno momento. Do I have to clean the sponge? What else am I painting? Let me get away with this. Just clean it. Be fine. I don't think I'll be using too much water for anything else. Okay, perfect. White. Probably use a sponge for the white. Oh, weird. Just got some white sat here. Some blanco. White. Give all your paints a good shake. Fantasy craft. While crafting these, do you have a precise process for how to do this, or is there a lot of improvisation? Yeah, okay, so these particularly, I had the thought the glyphs are on the stone portal that I built, and I did a terrain video on that. They're the same glyphs. So this is something I had in my head as like a puzzle for the players in a campaign, and I wanted to incorporate objective markers for Age of Sigmar. So I had an idea of something turning and something magnetized, because I'm always magnetizing everything, because why not? So as far as process, choosing what materials I had it was at random, because I realized I had no foam, so I was just finding whatever, but I knew I wanted circles, glyphs, and magnets. And I just knew from experience and crafting and creating that once I did magnets, if I put the effort in, then I could have any attachment that I wanted. But as for this, I think there's an automatic process as to colour for terrain. Like I said, there's a lot of my stuff that's bluey stone and green stone. And that's quite a simple process. Slap chop makes everything simple, and it's that same type of thing here. Black, then with a highlight, and then just adding colours and dumbing it down. So there is I think there's an automatic process for colouring stone terrain that's in my mind. Now, whether all the same colours are exactly used, probably not. But there is a process and an understanding of how to make them layered, certain colours, and upping them and down them, that seems to be automatic in my head. But as for everything else, improvisation, the quarters, the cuts, I guess that's kind of like process when you're doing stone. Unless you're doing a perfect, crafting something that's perfectly symmetrical or brand spanking new. Typically, when you do stone, you have imperfection. So that's almost like a process, right? I've got the stone. When you're using foam, yes, processing. How do I make it look stony? Well, here's tinfoil, roll it up in a ball, and roll it all over. That's like a process thing. That's like automatic for doing any type of stone, just about. But so maybe 50-50. Maybe 80-20 to process at points, but then we'll flip around for improv as you're going. The stone portal, the video on that on my YouTube channel for the stone portal, that is probably 80% improvisation. All I knew is I wanted a stone portal, and instantly in my head I think of World of Warcraft, from the film, the portals. I've got portals from certain D&D campaigns or certain terrains, pre-made terrains over the years, or just drawings from awesome artists and stuff. So I knew I wanted a portal, and I know how portals look. I watch a lot of fantasy. I read a lot of fantasy. I know how portals look, but I didn't know how I wanted it to be. And just about everything on that is improv. And I kind of show that, I think, in that process. It was just start putting stuff together and seeing what happens. And then all of a sudden, from nowhere, I'm using Casterplast, and I put blue LEDs in. Couldn't get the shapes, couldn't get the cuts I wanted, and then just kept doing stuff. So that was probably all improv. Does that make sense? I hope I haven't just babbled your ear off there. Or babbled everybody's ear off. Those still hanging around listening. Welcome to my mind. Bubbles. Oh. I wasn't meant to do that. That was an error. That's making it worse. Oh. That's what I think about that. I'll do that. I'll get rid of that bit of white. But this is what I was meant to do. Oh, what's happened to it? Oh. It's when the end gets blocked and it explodes. I like that. It's not just copying that exists, but making your own handwriting. Oh, well, to be fair, these glyphs are from oh, I forget now. I'll put it on the channel in the description. From a D&D thing, because I need them to make sense. If that makes sense. For something else. It's always 5 stories merged into one, my campaigns. Why not? Now, I don't know if you're watching this and thinking I've completely lost the plot. I've done all that nice work with all of the stone, and now I'm just making a mess. Well, I'm trusting the process, that I know that if I put a load of white onto something and then add the colours that I want it to glow on top, real transparent like, and it kind of gives a glow. The worst case scenario with terrain is you can just go over it with more other stuff, more colour again to darken it down. So, but on some of these are broken, and I might just have that glow spilling out towards them. We'll see. There, it is starting to die down, he says, a touch. Pretty crazy. Oh. I'm thinking very similarly, so I totally get that. Okay, nice. Oh, wifey, love you. Jenny Tell 22 is my wife. Supporting her husband. Appreciate it. I'll get another one. So here's one we did earlier. Now it hasn't got the inking on yet, so I'll do that first. Can't even remember how we went. Don't think it matters. Some of this. Random. Nope. I will have to clean that though. All the ink's just holding perfectly. Okay. These are where those perfect moments happen. But now I'll have to remember what I've done for the video and mimic it on all the others tomorrow. Can't quite finish these tonight. I've got to get the studio ends up. I've been editing, painting and crafting. And the studio kind of enters. There's stuff everywhere. And I've got to have it a bit clean for somebody wanting to learn Age of Sigmar tomorrow. Here we go, randomly on there. I let this one bubble. I took a lot of bubbles out of the other one, but I don't know. What do we think to the bit of bubble pitting as well? Do we like the bubbles? Do we not like the bubbles? Dampen it out a bit. Saturated. The more you stipple it and the more you're going to go over it, the more it'll dry as well. It is a change of effort in the mind from going from painting those to doing this for sure. If you want the bubbles out, just keep going over and over until they're the size you want or whatever. And I'm dampening this sponge off to the side. I'll do this. Get rid of it and then it becomes a sponge again. Starts to absorb. There we go. There we go. I'm happy with that. Happy with that. And a bit of this one. can't remember. I just realised this is the same as in digital maps. Layers over layers and trust the process. Ah. Similarities. More similarities than I'd assumed. Oh, came out a bit quick. I'll even blend these in, also wet, together. Why not? Wifey, I like the bubbles. You like the bubbles? I'll leave some bubbles in just for you. Because this, considering it is a piece of foam core with some water-based acrylic paints, a magnet, and been cut up a bit, been given a bit of a batting with a tinfoil ball, I think it looks like... oh, leave some bubbles on. Okay, I'll leave some bubbles on. I'm so tight with tissue. I'm just tight in general with all my stuff. All my paints. Gotta use them all whilst I got it. I will let them dry, but... I don't know if that white's going to be dry enough to do what I want to do. Here we go. Oh no. Still a bit wet in there. Maybe there. I don't know. I might have to let these... I probably will have to let these dry a bit. The same thing as everything in... If you're using paints, drying times can get you. But... Tell you what, I'll put that back and I'll have one more look at... One more look at these models and get the brown painted before I have to close the show. But I don't know, what do you think? Terrain 101. A quick behind the scenes whilst we had some time. That's how I do it. That's why I do most of my stuff. Just keeping core colours the same. Blues, greys and greens. And then just up and down with the shades and the scales. It works. And if anything ever goes the wrong colour, you can just put more white on and then bring it back down its terrain. It is what it is. Here we go. Here we go. So that silver on the back end, I think, was warranted. What do we think? I need to bring that cloak down, don't I? I'm going to try and bring it down quick. I'm going to give this one last do in the next 10 minutes and see if I can complete the painting process on these BloodKnights. I'll do the flag at some other stage. Alrighty. I like the process. This might not be dark enough. I tell you what, it's Lord of the Rings soundtrack that's been kicking off in my headset for the last 2 hours. It's been pretty epic. I've opted to not do music when I do lives just because I'd rather you lot chill and listen to what you want to listen to. You know, or listen to nothing. I'd rather that option. And I don't know how to do that unless I just don't have music on. So that's my reasoning, or that's why. I quite like this. I quite like the snakebite colour now. I've done all the others, and that's super. I think it was burnt umber. Just get these on. But it's weird going from large to small. I'm not gonna lie. Is that it? Is that it? Oh wow. Okay. Well, I think that's it. You'll probably see the finished product on photos, either YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, probably all of them. But finished with the base, and I'll just do like a little promo thing, like I do with the skeletons, just a little something cool, or that I find cool and geeky. See how they look. But I think that's it. I think these are my Wraith Knights. Simple, 3 colours, once based, once among the other units, are going to look epic. And on a D&D table, they're going to be scary coming at you. Scary. But thank you for coming and hanging out with me here at the Dungeon Den. And being part of this, and being part of hanging out and hobbying, and hopefully just chilling out, relaxing, vibing. But I got it done, got them done, so thank you. Spurred me along and helped me out, because these are definitely the hardest things I've painted for sure. And a top quality miniature painter, they get their hands on something like this. In fact, the whole Soulblight Gravelord box set, there's no end. There's no end to these models. You could just keep going and going and going. That's how detailed they are. Super cool. Super cool. But I like them. I love the blood red spears. We've got the Blood Knight in it, but they're more blood wraiths. Blood wraiths. That's what they are from now on. But I like them. Maybe one day I'll come back and finish that when I've got a bit of time. I don't know. Who knows? Time is something that's just disappearing. I'm trying to get loads done. But I'll see. I've enjoyed these live streams, and I've enjoyed doing this. It's been really cool. So I probably will do some more live streams. That's for sure. I don't know. I might do some polls, see if it's painting you want to see, or terrain, or something. in the upcoming weeks. I don't know if I'll do it next week per se, but Tombs and Generals. What's your camera setup using? Great work. Oh well, thank you. Camera setup using this that you gain the picture through for these is an old Pixel 4a. And I'm using Video Ninja and OBS to get this picture. But it is old, and it did blow up on the first live I did after 4 and a bit hours. So there we go. And on me is just a £10 USB webcam. It was epic. The final result looks great. It was a little bit of lore forming on the live stream for BloodKnights. Yes, Fantasy Craft Forge. Yes, it was. Create more than just a paint scheme for a model. We created lore in the calling. And that's special. It's a special thing. Oh, I'm moving that all over the place now. Tombs and Tendrils, very nice top-down camera angle. Love a good setup. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I think I like this setup on a whole and how it looks. For the next live, I think you can see enough. I'm out the way, not distracting you, and I quite like the messages coming up. So I think I'm happy. But I'll let you know. I'll put some polls on, keep posted on YouTube probably, to be fair. I'm sorting out other platforms and media and getting all on top of that. Trying to learn and make it all accessible and find out how to work everything and how to get stuff to people and things like that. But on YouTube I will do some polls. So keep an eye out, and it'll be, whether it's a terrain vid or a paint vid next time. Like I say, Fantasy Forge in next stream we will start a whole D&D session. I might have to charge for that though. Yeah, online D&D. Well, that could be in the works. I was thinking the other day. Sorry, I'm going on a bit of a babble here, Fantasy. But I think it was one of your polls when you were asking about VTTs, and I remember using Roll20 when it's set up. Since then, I've used it as a player, not a DM. Had a little look at it a couple years ago, I think. Again, after a long time off. But I'm umming and ahhing about Foundry. Your poll came up. I think it was Foundry. Was the favourite one for that, I think, if I can remember. So I'll have a look. I might start. I might as well learn more. Start spinning more plates. I don't know, but I'm always down to create lore for campaigns and characters and stuff like that as well. For certain things for sure. But I will put in polls for the next live. Like I say, it probably won't be next week. I've got a lot on. I'm trying to get stuff moving so I'm able to keep pushing out content for people. But yeah, I'm super happy. This has been awesome. And a couple behind the scenes of the Giants, the Vargeist, if you were around for that, some sneak peeks. The Sons of Behemoth video is out, but that is on Patreon, but you can get like a 3-day 7 trial, and it comes out, I think it's set for Friday, if I've done that correct. So a free trial will allow you to see that video and have a look at Patreon that I've just started up. But other than that, on YouTube. I will be bringing posts in, and we'll see what I will be doing next. And there will be some videos coming out next week on YouTube as well. Hopefully the Vargeist, the terrain, and some other terrain. So we'll just see what's happening and what's going. But this has been awesome. Thank you very, very much. Always super cool to hang out with people and hobby. But until next time, Dungeoneers, thank you. But that is going to be the end of the stream. So have fun, be safe, take care, and free your creativity. Peace.